Since the closure of Vauxhall's roller disco earlier on this year, I speak with the manager of Silverspoons, a worker and a skater, to explain a little bit about how the business is growing, also to express the potential it has to encourage young people to get involved.
Well, this place has a long history of roller skating, long before I even started. I started skating in 2010 in Vauxhall after going to a party in Baggies, and they moved to Vauxhall, and then I just fell in love with it. And then found this place through a friend, came here, and it was a different kind of vibe. Not to say a better vibe or worse, but it was just different. But then 2011, this closed. The owners of the building, or the leaseholders, they just stopped doing it for whatever reason, and there was nowhere for local skaters to skate. You know, we're both skaters. Everyone, and you can just come here. You can see everyone's just passionate. You know, everyone's cool. Everyone's relaxed. We just all love roller skating, and that's what started it. The lack of other places to skate. I mentioned Vauxhall already. That's where I started. So I'll always love that place. Mm-hmm. But in March this year, they actually closed because the area is being redeveloped. So the owners decided to try and find somewhere else, and as of yet, they haven't. So at the moment, we're the only place on a weekly basis for skaters to come in a safe environment, listen to some music, see all their friends. When I started skating, there was a lot of elders, and that's the thing with skating. It ranges from young all the way through to old, all different backgrounds and ethnicities. That's one of the beautiful things about it. So when I started, there was a lot of people older than me that I could look up to and learn from. Yeah. And even outside of the ring, you can talk to them, and you make so many friends and meet so many different people. So when Mickell started coming here, he's only 17, and when he first started coming, he came with his dad a few times. And then when you get to know everyone, and we got to know him, we kind of learned a few. He's had a bit of trouble in his life, let's put it that way. And so we made a deal that we would help him out. We'd give him a place to skate, and we wouldn't charge him. And he comes early, helps us set up, and that's his way of paying it back.
I started skating when I was maybe 12, and I stopped for a year. Mm-hmm. And then I started college, and I started getting really stressed. I had exams and everything coming up. And then someone told me about Willesden. There was skating a bit going on in Willesden. I went and got my skates from my dad's in South, travelled back down to North London the same day. And I went down, and ever since they told me about Silverspoons, so I've just been coming ever since, every week.
So these guys literally took me underneath their ring, and the reason why it was so infectious to me was because I just loved the culture and the fact that everybody was so unified, and it felt like a family. Like, it wouldn't just be about skating, it would be about, I don't know, the love of it, and people, like, other than meeting up in a skate ring, they'll call each other genuinely and be like, how are you? And then meet up at somebody's house and have like a skate fam jam or something. And these are kind of things that really made me addicted to not just skating, but the skate scene overall. People like Mickell he's an amazing story, because like these are kind of kids we're trying to take off the street and trying to have hair and not even just to keep him in the building, but also teach them stuff, because like here, whilst he's here, he's helping us through the books by increasing his people skills whilst he's here. So yeah.